They have stood for nearly 4,500 years. In fact, when Queen Cleopatra was alive, the pyramids were already more ancient to her than she is to us today. They have outlasted empires, religions, and civilizations, and yet for centuries they kept a secret. Who built them? How? And above all, why? Towering over the Egyptian desert, the pyramids are not just piles of stone. They are messages left behind by one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known. Today, we uncover the truth behind the mystery of the pyramids. The pyramids of Giza were never truly lost. For thousands of years, travelers gazed up at them in awe. Ancient Greek and Roman tourists carved their names into the stone, but for a very long time, no one truly understood them. By the Middle Ages, their smooth outer casing had been stripped away to build the city of Cairo, and their original purpose had faded into legend. The real investigation began just over 200 years ago. In 1798, the French general Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Egypt, and he brought with him an army of scholars, artists, and scientists. They measured, sketched, and documented everything they saw. Their work sparked a wave of fascination across Europe, and a brand new science was born, Egyptology. Then came a breakthrough. In 1822, a French scholar named Jean-François Champollion finally cracked the code of Egyptian hieroglyphs using a carved slab known as the Rosetta Stone. Suddenly, the silent stones could speak. The names of kings, the records of workers, and the beliefs of an entire civilization were no longer a mystery locked in symbols. Some believed they were granaries built to store grain. Others imagined they were the work of giants. And even today, some claim they were built by visitors from the stars, but there is no evidence for these stories. The truth, as we'll see, is the work of human hands. For generations, one image dominated our imagination. Thousands of enslaved people whipped under the burning sun, dragging stone blocks to build monuments for a cruel king. It's a powerful picture, but according to modern archaeology, it's almost certainly wrong. In the 1990s, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery near the pyramids, the remains of an entire workers' village. They found bakeries, breweries, and sleeping quarters. They found evidence of a massive operation feeding the laborers thousands of loaves of bread and large amounts of meat. Even more telling were the tombs. Near the pyramids, workers were buried in honored graves close to their kings, something that would never have been allowed for slaves. Their skeletons show signs of hard physical labor, but also signs of medical care, including healed broken bones. These were not the disposable lives of the enslaved. The evidence suggests the pyramids were built largely by paid laborers and skilled craftsmen, many of them likely farmers who worked during the season when the Nile River flooded their fields. Organized into teams with proud names like Friends of Khufu, they worked for the king, were fed and housed, and earned a respected place in society. It's worth noting that historians still debate the exact details, how many workers there were, and how the heaviest stones were moved. But the evidence strongly suggests the picture of cruel slavery should be replaced by one of organized, skilled, and even willing labor. So when were these giants built. The Great Pyramids of Giza rose during a period Egyptologists call the Old Kingdom, more than 4,500 years ago. The largest, the Great Pyramid, was built for the pharaoh Khufu around 2560 BCE. Beside it stand the pyramids of his successors, Khafra and Menkaure. To put that into perspective, when the Great Pyramid was finished, small populations of woolly mammoths were still alive on a remote Arctic island, long after the species had vanished from the rest of the world. For over 3,500 years, the Great Pyramid remained the tallest human-made structure on Earth, a record that stood until the great cathedrals of medieval Europe. Built from over 2 million blocks of stone, most weighing as much as a car, and some of the granite blocks weighing as much as a dozen, it was a feat of engineering that still amazes experts today. But this raises the biggest question of all. Why? Why would a civilization pour so much effort, wealth, and human energy into building mountains of stone? The answer lies in one powerful idea. The ancient Egyptians believed in life after death. To them, death was not the end. It was a journey to another world. And the pharaoh, who they believed was a living god, needed to make that journey safely. The pyramid was his launch pad to eternity. Its very shape may have been symbolic, perhaps representing the rays of the sun shining down to earth, or a stairway reaching up to the heavens. To survive in the afterlife, the Egyptians believed the body had to be preserved, which is why they developed the remarkable art of mummification. The pharaoh's body was sealed deep within the pyramid, surrounded by everything he might need in the next world: food, furniture, jewelry, and treasure. The pyramid was, in effect, a giant tomb and a temple combined, a sacred machine designed to carry a king into immortality. But these monuments were also a message to the living. They were a stunning display of the pharaoh's power and the wealth of his kingdom. To build something so vast, so perfect, and so permanent was to declare this ruler and this civilization would never be forgotten. Today, we know far more than those early travelers ever did. The evidence strongly suggests the pyramids were built not by slaves, but by skilled and respected workers. We know they rose more than 4,500 years ago, and we know they were built not out of vanity alone, but out of a profound belief in eternity. And yet, for all our discoveries, the pyramids still hold their secrets. We still debate exactly how they were built with such precision. We still marvel that human hands with simple tools could create something that has defied time itself. Perhaps that is the true mystery of the pyramids. They are not just monuments to the dead. They are a testament to the living, to human ambition, imagination, and the timeless desire to leave a mark that lasts forever. The pharaohs wanted to be remembered. After 4,500 years, they still are.